Hey, welcome back, guys. Today we are going to answer a question or answer a challenge um, put forth by, I'm sorry, but I don't know your name, Zippy for all intents and purposes here. The Garage with Zippy. He is posted up a challenge. He asked a question. How do you, what's your process? Do you start your model with the engine? Do you start with chassis? Paint right away on the body? And to help me out here, I've got the Model A. I start, I used to start with the engine. I love to build the engine. To me, it's its own little kit. I love the detail. And you can see the starter laying out there for the Model A. Uh, as much detail as I can throw at a car, the better. Now some will not get plug wires and that. Some will. Some get plug wires. Some get brake lines run and fuel lines and such. Um, but I start now at the chassis, just like when I did the Pro Street stuff and all through my restoration career. You build from the ground up. So I started with cleaning the chassis. Um, you mock up the rear axle, look at the stance, because stance is important. You got to have that. I've got that rear axle and the front axle pieces and that out here for mock-up. Because this is staying really close to what it comes out of the box, we don't have a big issue. So we just got it out there for basic fit and make sure there's no problems. So you clean up the chassis real good, get it in paint. We mock it up for stance. Then we get the engine, probably not fully together. We'll get the short block, maybe with heads on it, uh, into a long block and put it in and check it. Do we have a problem with the firewall? How's header's going to work on this? Exhaust, radiator, hood clearance, things like that. And again, because this is pretty much out of the box, this car, there's not going to be a huge issue. We're going to have the headers come out and then exhaust cutouts. Then the exhaust will continue up under the car out the back. Um, we did our deck lid, we took it off. So we got that, you know, mocked it up along the way. Next, um, from this stage, we're probably going to put the cylinder heads on the engine, get it back in the car. There's a cross member that needs to go in. Once that's done, then the rear axle will go in, the front pieces will find their way on, and it'll get up on wheels. That's where these AMT cars are, the 64 Olds and the 66 Mustang, since they don't have the rear end, and it's very simple with metal axles. And we do not have exhaust to play with, as it's molded into the bottom. The base of the chassis is out, got out there, it's cleaned real good. All the flashes taken off. Then it's cleaned again, it's primered. We look at, just like a body for anything else that needs done. Any copyright information on the chassis, we pull it off. If there's any injector pin marks, those are taken out. And then you put the engine in again, checking it for fit. These, again, not a big problem because they're going together pretty much out of the box. Except the Mustang, now that's another engine, and we've got a video coming out on that where we put this little 289 in. That's not the 289 it was born with, so that engine was in and out for clearance to set in there, and then to get the hood to fit right. And then from there, once it's on wheels, once it's got an engine that's not all together, then we can start the body work. Interior is the last thing, and assembly comes after that. So that's how we build them, guys, at Deep Junk. Bottom up, from the ground up. Paint from the top down. I go with the car, the length of the car, start at the top, work my way down. Clean the car, start at the top, work my way down. But you build, I do anyway, from the floor up. Alright guys, that's it for right now. Thanks Zippy, and everybody have a good day. We'll talk to you all later.